Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for Handmade in Britain's online interactive virtual craft fair. We are here today with Julie Williamson from Julie Williamson's Designs. She is an artist based in the Shetlands, and she's got an absolutely beautiful accent that is going to be a treat to hear. She's going to be talking about her interior accessories designs and, more importantly, about the stories behind the designs. So we're looking forward to hearing them. As always, this is an interactive session, so please do make use of the chat box provided so that you can ask any questions you have towards the artists. But for now, I'm going to let you go and take it away, Julie.
Hi. Hello, so I'm Julie from Julie Williamson Designs, and hi, as Lucky said, I live up here in the Shetland Islands. I don't know how well you can see. I am behind a window, but today it's quite windy, rainy, just a typical Shetland day really. And I thought I would just give you a bit of a background behind my designs. As all my products start with a story, and the current collection I'm showing started last year. I took my daughter, I have two young daughters, both under 5, and I took them for a just 5-minute walk down from where we live to the seaside, and we call that place the Hoob in the Banks. And what the Hoob is a Shetland word, and what it means is the lagoon at the head of a bow. So we walked around there most last summer, and the design, my daughter asked me one night to tell her a story, and that's how this design came about. So the story behind this design, she asked me, I was telling her a story, and the story I told her was when I was Piri is small in Shetland. When I was Piri, me and my dad would go for walks down around the banks between the Piri boats and the old lighthouse. And if you go in the summertime, the tyrricks, we call them tyrricks, the tyrrick birds is Arctic terns, and they will dive bomb your heads if you go too near to their nesting grounds, because they'll dive the highest point. So when I was small, my dad's head was the highest point, and he would always take like a docken or a hogweed or some kind of plant he could find on the sea, on the side, and wave it above his head. And then the tyrricks would attack that instead of my dad's head. So that was the story I started with. So I started with that story, and that's how that design progressed. And the drawings, I'll show you. So as I said, I always have that story in my head, and then I have to get the designs and the drawings out. So this was my sketch I did last summer. Some of them's a bit wonky. It's me and my dad. And I kind of went with this one, finalised it down a bit. And then I never think of a finished product when I'm creating designs. I'm thinking of a story and thinking of a scene. So I have this little scene and I have the story behind it. And then once I've finished, then I'll start to think what products it would look nice on. And last year I decided I would come out with a new range of mugs and plates. Previously, I've always done like lampshades and cushions, which I still will do made to order, but I'm trying to cut down on them a bit. 2 young kids don't have as much time to spend, but I still will make them. So here is the china plate, this one, and the original design doesn't have the lighthouse. So that here, that here is the lighthouse. And as you can see, the plate is about a hand span. I think they're about 8 inches round. They're quite a crisp colour, so they're black and white. And I put my own logo on the back, the decal. So I secure it with waterproof glue. Make sure you can still wash your plates and use them. This one is the board. Actually, I had my daughter for a walk down there a few weeks ago, just before they both went back to nursery, and we have the boys which holds the boats out in the water. And they just discovered that you can bounce up and down on them, and they had so much fun. You could hardly get them home for jumping up and down on this boat. Boys, they had so much fun on them. Let's see, that's the plates and the mugs. As I showed you, I print off all my own decals to stick on the bottoms, and everything comes without it. But I found myself, I like to know if you get a mug from someone or you get an item who you tend and you like it, you look at the bottom and you see, well, you want to see who makes it. So I have my own little labels I put on them. And as well, when I wrap everything up, everything comes with the own story of the card. Everything comes with a card with its own story. So if you're buying it as a gift or you want to know the story behind the design, I have it all written out for you, and it'll be a little attached to the product. And I leave the back. I tend to write some instructions on the back. So if it's dishwasher, they're dishwasher safe and microwave safe, which is great. You can't always quite often don't want to do your washing. Brilliant. And then so we have, speaking about heat proof too, the placemats, they're hardback as well. They come in a set of 4, so you can either get like a set of this ones, just the boats, or you can get the collection, which is the 4 designs. So there's this one too, which is just me and my dad with the T-Rex flying above. Or you can have ones with here matching coasters, and they're also hardback and they're heat proof, so you can put like a hot mug on them as well, which is perfect for your hot cups of tea or coffee. And the mugs, I didn't say it's in China. From bone china. I always like getting bone china. I think it goes back to my granny. I actually have a few designs based on my granny, but she always said to drink, she always had a special bone china cup that she would drink from, because she said it keeps the heat in the best. And must just be stayed in with me. So I've always liked to get the bone china cup. And they're kind of a tall size, you can see, probably about 4 inches tall. So they're a good size. Perfect for a good cup of tea. And then we have, which actually hasn't arrived, so it was to arrive this week, is my aprons and tea towels. But I can show you from my previous collection so you can see what size and the type of quality. They're all made in Britain. They're digitally printed. This actually is the design called Sunday Tea out at my granny and dad's. And every Sunday we used to go for tea over at my grandma and my granddad's. They're both no longer with us, but they both lived to be over 100. And I was the 28th or 26th grandparent. My dad was in a family of 10. He's the youngest. There are a lot of us. So this is I have a collection from a few years back. It's that, but just to show you the quality of the tea towels and the size. They also come with my own label. So you can use this as a hook. You can hang it up. Hang them up like that. But they're lovely. They're like cotton and they're machine washable. They're really nice quality as well. And the aprons, I sourced a few places. Because I don't know about you, I like an apron with a pocket. My aprons, as you've probably seen online, they have black cords, but I don't have them here just yet. They're in the post. Which is another thing I'll just mention, due to where my location is, our delivery and postal times can be a bit slower. Just because, well, if you're getting the boat off Shetland, you're looking at a 14-hour journey just to get off of Shetland, especially at the moment, as we don't have any flights coming much in and out unless for essential. And then the boat leaves Lerwick and goes through Orkney and then down to Aberdeen. You think it's quite a distance. We're nearer to Norway than we are to Scotland. So yes, this is the apron. Actually, this is a different one. This is also from my Granny collection one. But it has a pocket and it has adjustable clips and everything. And it also comes with a loop so you can hang them up. So that's the aprons and those. But as I said, they will be arriving this week. I'm very excited to be getting them. So I think I got told when they sent out they were looking amazing. So I'm very excited to get them. And every order that is over £50, I actually give a little free gift. And your little free gift is designs on it. So you can either re-gift them or you can keep them, stick them on your fridge with your notes. They also come with labels. Oh, I forgot to mention. The price range is for the things from China. The plates and the mugs and the tea towels is kind of about the same price range. They've been between £14 and £15. And the tea towels will also come wrapped up quite small with twine and everything. And the aprons come wrapped up as well. Everything will come with its own little label and wrapped up nicely. The aprons will come up maybe a contrasting twine, so not quite beside it. But yes, they come. Everything will come very nicely packaged. The coasters, as I said, you can get either in a set of just the one design or mixed design. And the coasters are about £19–20. And placemats, they come same. You can get either a set of each same design or each different design. They're about £39. For a set of 4, same with coasters. The coasters set of 4. And the plates are £29. And the aprons are £20.
Thank you so much, Julie.
Minded everything.
Yes, you definitely have. Wow. Thank you. We do have a few questions, so I just thought I'll jump in.
Definitely.
So first question was in regards to what inspired you to start drawing? Was it like from childhood, or was there a reason?
I've always drawn. I've always done drawings and sketches. This year, I made myself a challenge. I got a little sketchbook from my sister. It's a really nice one, and I have to do like a sketch day. And from doing that, I'm currently working on a new project for Shetland Arts, which will be released, hopefully be released maybe in a few months. But same as last, and that too came from a memory. So most of my drawings are maybe just scribble away. As I said, my daughter asked for a story, and then that got me thinking, and then I obsessively had to draw lots of things. So I'll show you my sketchbook if I can find other drawings. I think I have like a whole page of just T-Rex and it's like the lighthouse. My drawings I take them into Photoshop, and then I create the design through that. So I maybe repeat it, finalize it, tweak it, work the scale and things. So the product is all hand drawn, and then they go into Photoshop to make a repeat for a design, and then get page tweaking. But that's all my very bird drawings.
Oh, they are so gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Another question here. Which design would you say is the most sentimental to you?
The one I did last year, actually. I actually have 15 designs. I've been working now. I graduated in 2011 from Heriot Watts in Galashiels. So I have like 15 designs, and I think about half of that designs was done when I was in uni, because that really is where I started my career. Is I felt so homesick. I only went south. I'll call it south, you would call it north. I only went south for 2 years. And during that 2 years, I was so homesick. To try and find a way to comfort myself, I would draw Shetland imagery and Shetland themes, and it's just kind of kept going from there. The first one I actually have here, the first one I did, this one's called Athic the Ela, and it's a little rainbow, and we call them shags, these birds, they're scarves, and we call them scarves, call them shags. I always get it the wrong way around. But this design, yeah, as the story behind this design is, we have a Ela competition, and that's where you take your little fishing boats, you go off, you see how you have about 3 hours, you see who can catch the most fish, you come in, you weigh them, and who gets the most fish wins a prize. I won the booby prize because I only got one fish. And everyone else was coming in with bucket loads, and I only got one little fish. But it's actually kind of funny because the other girl in the boat caught one fish too. So we were like, oh, who's going to have the heaviest fish? And she usually won the booby prize, so I saved her for 1 year. I won the booby prize instead.
Wonderful, wonderful. We do have just time for one more question. So could you tell us a little bit more about that lighthouse? I believe you use a different word. Was it Tarek?
Oh, you mean Terex?
Yes.
That's the birds.
Oh, so Tarek is a bird.
They're called that.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Terex is a bird. They're actually the Arctic tern birds. They're
Right.
very noisy. And yeah, they nest down kind of around, we'd call it the ebb. The ebb is kind of the stones underneath the sea, and when it goes out, it's like the ebb steams. We say steams, not stones. And they nest in around there, and they're very protective. So if you go too near, we don't go near them. They are quite protected. But if you go anywhere, even if you're like the opposite end of the beach, you'll see them getting up and quacking, and they'll start to dive down on you. And the question about the old lighthouse, I actually shared a quick reel on my Instagram showing the new lighthouse, the old one, that one, he's lovely. But he got rumbled maybe about 15, 20, probably 20 years ago, that one got rumbled. But I did hear a rumour that there's a man in Shetland that has parts of the stones and has this lighthouse in his garden. But I don't know who. But that would be very cool.
Absolutely fascinating. Well, thank you so much, Julie Williamson. Thank you everyone for joining. That was a really great session, really fascinating to find out more about the story.
Well, I hope you've understood what I've said.
Yes,
I'm not speaking too dialect.
No, it was a treat. It was a treat to hear. So again, thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Julie, for presenting. That was really great.